everybody, it's me, Armand, and today I'm talking about Aluropoda melanoluca and its subspecies Diluropoda melanoluca, and Alurofulgens and Dilurofulgens. Each of them are subspecies to one specific type of animal who have the same name but are in different classes. The first one is the giant panda, a symbol of prestige and honor in China and its national animal. I mean, it's adorable and it resembles hope. I mean, like, seriously. There are legends centered around the giant panda, like how it got its black spots. Apparently, this is not real, but in myth, they were all white, and the pandas were raised by this girl. But then a snow leopard killed her while she was trying to save them, and the pandas were so sad that their tears became black, and they spread it all over their faces because their paws were like, This is weird, but it's myth. Another thing about pandas is that they can actually kill you. Yeah, they will not give up if they think you're a threat. They will persist on. They can actually swim and climb. So you're probably gonna get injured if you come across an angry panda. Another thing, yes, this is like the second time I've said another thing about pandas, is that only 99% of their diet is bamboo. 1% are like rats and stuff. I mean, like, they want meat sometimes. Bamboo contains lots of poisons, and they need incredibly strong microbes to digest that. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna need a break once in a while, even though bamboo sustains their diet. They prefer the thick bamboo, while Alurofulgens and Dilurofulgens prefers the thinner bamboo. Pandas are incredibly famous, but sadly you can find them more in captivity in the wild because they're being tranked and held captive in zoos, which is not turning up really good for them. Honestly, they can do well in captivity, but their populations are reducing because of the pet trade. Giant pandas can be 2.5 feet in length, that's 0.76 meters. Really, like, small compared to me. So basically a panda's shorter than me. But in weight, I'm like 170 pounds less. They weigh 220 pounds. That's a lot. That's also 100 kilograms. So yeah, that's pretty big. And giant pandas, like, they start out the size of a grain of rice and are world record holders for growing a massive amount from that size. Like, they're like this small, and 1 year they're like way more than me, or at least as much as me. So that's pretty big. Giant pandas have been established as bears, but the next one had even more debate about what it was: a raccoon, a bear, or something else. Meet Alurofulgens and Dilurofulgens. I know you've been waiting for this like the entire video, and now I'll tell you, it's the red panda, an animal who can get 18 inches high and 24 inches long. That's pretty small, but they have incredibly sharp claws. I mean, the bamboo that they eat is incredibly thick, and both of them, the red panda and the giant panda, have an extra thumb that's not actually a thumb, but an additional bone that helps them grip bamboo. And the sharp claws are also to grip and climb up trees because they're aboriginal, which means like they're tree living. These animals are very intelligent and have ways of evading predators. So, and their speed accompanies them. Like, they're incredibly fast and agile through the trees, which makes them hard to catch, even for clouded leopards and stuff like that. These animals eat the smaller, like less thick bamboo that's more thin. And the giant pandas, as I said earlier, prefer the thicker bamboo because they're larger and can get in more deep. Red pandas also have special microbes, and when I was talking before we got into red pandas today, so it was about this debate between whether it was a raccoon or a bear. And it was considered a raccoon for a long time, but it turns out it's neither, actually, even though it has the bones of a panda in its jaw and the shape of a raccoon, more similarities. It's actually its own species, Thyluridae, something like that. You can correct me in the comments below if it's wrong, but yeah. It's an entirely new species that only they have. So no other species is in that specific genus. Both of these animals are incredibly endangered. So there are like 10,000 left in the wild. That's pretty okay for the red panda because it's vulnerable, but it's almost endangered. While the giant panda is the one who's really, really endangered. There are only 1,600 left in the wild. That's incredibly low population. That's declining right now. So to say no to the cruelty given to these majestic and beautiful animals, say no to the pet trade and give funds to help these wonderful animals. And if you do, and if you enjoyed this video, subscribe and tell me what you think in the comments below. Make sure to give a like, and if you can, help conserve the pandas of our planet. Thank you and bye. And one more thing. I have a friend named Victoria who loves pandas. She's obsessed with them. So she's been waiting for 2 weeks and really wanting this episode to come out. And this episode is also partially for her, so she can watch it and get the stuff that she deserved later again.